just wanted an explanation.
Right, tankers, it's Matt and welcome back to another quick tank review. Today we're going to be looking at the Tier 9 turreted British TD, the Conway. So this was introduced a while back. It's taken me a while to grind up to this point. Charioteer Tier 8 in the right situation, amazing little tank. And yeah, I've showed a few good replays. Obviously I lost one that I really wanted to show you. An amazing replay, but yeah. Charioteer, well worth it. It's a bit like the Rheinmetall Borsig to the Waffenträger Panzer IV deal with this thing. Kind of similar, just a bit different. And the Charioteer, I do believe, was better at Tier 8 than this is at Tier 9. But this thing has got one rather long thing going for it. The gun. This tank is all about that thing sticking out. That is it basically. The rest of the tank is average, to say the least. But the gun that sticks out, I think this 120mm cannon has possibly the fastest reload on any 120 in the game. I don't know if that fact is true, but for certainly every single tank I've played with a 120, this is the fastest firing one I've ever had. It spits out around just over every 6 seconds. Most medium tanks with a 90mm can't even put that sort of damage out. So you can see from there that the DPM is awesome. But if you look at the round count just under the tank to the left, if you fire a round just every 6 seconds, you can get through that ammo in a few minutes. So you have to be careful with your rounds. Anyway, first thing we're going to talk about is the armour. Not going to use an armour viewer because every single tank you can meet can pen this thing absolutely everywhere bar a couple of areas. From the front, the very top and the very bottom of the gun mantlet brings up very big numbers, and the middle doesn't. The very edges of the turret, if you can see the seam either side of the gun mantlet, on the outboard side of that seam, where you're looking at that plate that's going backwards, because the plate is facing backwards, and if people are firing from the front, the round has to go all the way through that plate to get a pen, and that brings up numbers over 300mm as well. But that is the only two areas on the entire tank where you can reliably expect a bounce from. And the rest of the areas are so big, you're going to be very unlucky. Well, the enemy player will be very unlucky if they don't penetrate you. And this is a huge target. Look at that side profile. Artillery can absolutely ruin your day, and they will do. And also, well, another one of the worst things about this tank, the gun depression, 5 degrees. If the gun was lower on the tank, that wouldn't be so much of a problem, but because it's such a tall tank and you only have 5 degrees of gun depression, you have to become very creative with the positions you use this for. And you're constantly fighting and manoeuvring the tank to try and get gun depression. In the replay I'm going to show you in a minute, it is an ace tanker. I do some cool stuff, but also I make some epic noob mistakes because of gun depression. I'm not going to blame it on the gun depression because that's what it has. It's up for me to do what I can with that gun depression to win the game. And I do troll myself a little bit and look like a bit of a scrub, but the end result works out to be pretty cool. And yeah, so just be careful. And it only has 10 degrees of elevation as well, so if people are above you, you've literally got 5 down, which is about that much, and about 10 up, which is about that much. Yeah, not good at all. Right, let's have a quick look at the packages then. The grind in this one is just like the Foch. You start off with the big gun, you end with the big gun, and the only things that really improve are the engines, tracks and radio. Yeah. The only thing I will say here though is the engines do make a difference. You start off with a tier 5 engine with 650 horsepower, and you end up with an engine with 950 horsepower. That's 300 extra. The Ace Tanker replay I've got for you was filmed with this pack, so I didn't quite have the manoeuvrability or the acceleration that you would do with the top pack, but it's still a capable tank at this point, and when you get the fully upgraded pack you just get more horsepower and you can move around the battlefield a little quicker. Let's have a quick look at stats then. So again, 950 horsepower, excellent. Rate of fire with a 120 is nearly 8 rounds a minute, awesome. And with crew skills, premium consumables, rammer, stuff like that, it spits bullets, and these are big ass bullets as well, 120mm. Stock pen is excellent, 259 with the AP, 400 alpha because it's a 120. APCR pen is 326, so that is just like most pay to win cheat rounds. That's what I call them now. Don't call them heat, call them cheat. Yeah, most heat rounds are 330 and you've got 326 with the APCR, but remember that will drop off a lot more over range. Heat rounds don't drop off over range, so that is the one benefit of having a heat round over an APCR round, although the APCR rounds have a lot higher muzzle velocity, so aiming is easier, so it's give one and take away from another. And also with this tank, the HESH rounds, the cheap HESH on this, 120mm of penetration, that is more than enough for quite a lot of soft skin targets, and alpha goes up to 515. Aim time is excellent, 1.89, accuracy of 0.31, awesome, yeah, can't complain about that, and I didn't try to improve that with any equipment. Track traverse is okay, 28 degrees a second, remember it's a Centurion hull, so it's not bad, and base view range is 380. I think I did go for bino still, yeah, I set this up as a sniper, because the gun depression does troll you when you're trying to dogfight, and remember it's just a Centurion hull as well. So dogfighting in this thing, I do have a funny clip for a stupid episode of me trying to dogfight in this. You will see what happens. So it's best to save your hit points for the first half of the game by being a sneaky sniper, and then saving your hit points to go in the second half. It's just like playing a light tank, same sort of deal with that. Anyway, right, so that's enough of that rubbish. Supplies, you can see I run a premium consumable. I always try and bump up my DPM as much as I can, and I see the benefit of more DPM greater than the rare chance of getting set on fire, so that's basically what I do there. Right, one thing I want to talk about here though, the HESH rounds. They have brilliant pen, but you can see the round count on the tank is quite low, really. If it had a higher round count, I would carry a lot more of the cheap HESH. 120 pen is enough for quite a lot of German TDs that you're going to meet, things like that. But with only, what's that, 20, can't work out my maths, 5, 3, 33, 35 round count total. I do run out in this tank, so carry more than 2 is probably just going to sit yourself off, and that's why I only carry 2. Right, so that's it fellas, not a lot to talk about on this tank. The highlight is the gun, the low light is the gun depression. So it's all about using your map knowledge to get into a position where you can actually aim at someone and try and stay stealthy as well. Right, into some gameplay then, and hopefully I can demonstrate everything I've just told you.
Alright man, we've got enemies in the area. We either have to take them all out or capture their base. Let's roll!
Right, here we go then, tankers. Ace Tanker replay in the Conway, top tier game, not bad matchmaking at all. Right, so immediately you can see the mobility. It's better than a T30, but a T30 has a stronger turret and more gun depression, so a lot of these tanks are better in some ways than others, but then they're a lot worse in others. So here we go, gun depression failed already. My normal starting position here, I'm having to be a little bit more creative about where I put my hole to be able to aim at the normal spots. Anyway, so here I am, arm in, binos up, camming it up, and I'm checking my ranges. There we go, straight away, first round, and my spot there, see, and the first round of bounces off the Black Prince. Right, I get spotted, T32, great view range on him, but from that range he must have had binos or crew skills or code optics or something, or there's somebody else over there with more view range. So yeah, what I'm doing now is just using the good gun stats to poke in and out and keep rounds going. There we go, hit him again, set him on fire, burn him out, T32 down. Right, so yeah, starting this replay fellas, I do some cool stuff. Fortunately, I do ruin the replay a little bit later on, although it does go right in the end. So, LTTB, I think it is, being a bit cheeky. If someone's being cheeky, best way to deal with it is to be more cheeky in return. Right, so it was the LTTB spot in there, or was it T32, because the Black Prince can't spot. Right, so there we go. I noticed I was going to get spotted. Quickly readjusted my aim to where I thought the LTTB would be, and we get one into him. He fires at me in pens, and I don't pen him back, so it's 1-0 at the minute, but I have way more alpha for him than him, and I probably took half his health with that first round, and he's taken just a fraction of mine. Right, so I do it again. 6 cent goes off immediately, so I know the dude's probably aiming from that same position, and I'll pen him again. Some pretty cool stuff there. That LTTBB, he can't have any health left now, and he's probably not going to do that again. But I'm still being a bit careful. Just seeing if 6 cents go. There we go. He's just been spotted, and I left him on. I must have low rolled there. I can't remember how many hit points the LTTB has. I've done 800 on average to him, so I can't remember the actual hit point for the LTTB. Anyway, Black Prince, sliver shot at his turret, and I think that was a bit of payback for earlier on for that bounce. So kill number 2. I think we're on 9 pens. And we've already used probably a third of the ammo. Right, slim shot on the ISIS turret, that one doesn't fly true. He's just going to sit there. You can see I am camping it up a bit, fellas. Even in top tier games, I have tried to go out and be at the front in this thing, but with no real ability to bounce anything, it doesn't go well, which is why I've had to try and restrain myself from doing what I like to do, which is just going to fight. Anyway, pushing forward a bit more. IS is still behind the rock. I decided I thought I was a little bit clear here, and this is where I start to not play as well as I normally do. There's a pattern down here. Is it a pattern? There he is. Push over, get just on the limit of gun depression and fire, but it whizzes over. I've given away my position now. Yeah, never mind. Right, so he's still there. I'm just trying to decide whether I can get another shot at him. He hits me, tracks me. Luckily it doesn't damage me, and I push right over, kill him, and immediately pull back. Right, that's kill number 3. Happy days. Right, you can see the gun depression now. Most tanks I would be able to just shoot from there, but in this thing you have to expose your whole tank. Right, here comes another dude. We get one in. He's backing off. It's T54E1 actually, so it could be quite a nice tank to get rid of at this point. We've got 2 in. He just pulls into the cover, and I can't finish him off, but our guy down there does. See a T54 roll in, and didn't lead that one enough. And it's shots like these. There we go, bounce. It's shots like these where your ammo disappears and you haven't done much with it, if you know what I mean. And then at the end of the game, you're starting to struggle with your round count and starting to worry about taking the risky shots. I know that AMX30 replay recently, someone said a lot of my shots were kind of pointless really, but the only pointless shot is the one you don't take. There's always a chance it will pen if you aim well. Right, there we go, see, take T54 down. Took me a few rounds more than I wished to, but we kept digging at it. Take the T54 down. Very valuable tank on the enemy's team. And now it's looking like it's mostly the campers left on the enemy's team, so I think in a minute I'll pluck the courage up to go up there. Now IS is still alive. Yeah, when you're firing rounds, fellas, it's not real money, unless you're paying using your gold to transfer the credits to buy rounds with. It's not it's not real money. It's just money you've earned in a game. If you fire a round and it misses, who cares? And the more you fire, the more chance of doing damage. I know some people are worried about their hit percentage. I mean, I know having a high hit percentage could be a good sign of accuracy, but if you only fire the shots for a guaranteed to pen, you're missing out on the damage that wasn't guaranteed, you know, those 50-50s or even lower chances. Right, IS appears, clean him up for kill number 5. And it's this sort of ground here, exactly the sort of ground that starts to troll you with gun depression. See, T44 pops in, I auto-aim. Most tanks that was a guaranteed pen, especially tier 9 TDs, and I do it again, see, just as you hit the bump it lifts your gun up, and I've missed 2 shots, but more importantly I've wasted 2 rounds there. And killed a T44, luckily it didn't take too much damage there. That's kill number 6, we're on a top gun. I'm out of standard rounds now. And perfect target to use them. APCR on, ST1, he's down for kill number 7. So now I'm just hunting for a Radley Walters. Right, so it's a good chance they're all down in that corner. Seems we occupy most of the map and they're not spotted. Well, no one's just got spotted now, he's down there. Plenty of health left. Unfortunately, it's a T-30s. They've got the big guns equipped. I could be dead in 2 shots here. Right, where are they? Oh, it must be a T-30 platoon up prototype actually. Right, so there's the T-30. He's looking this way. And I don't fancy going hold down against the T-30 because it's probably not going to work in my favour. So what I do is I wait for my E75 and Type 2 buddies to go down there. Here comes a Conqueror. Let the heavy tanks do what heavy tanks are for, tanking damage, and let the TD what TDs do, which is killing tanks. Right, so the E75 goes in, T-30 fires, and he backs off. So now I need to push forward. I'm just hoping now that he doesn't concentrate on me. No, you can see he's most definitely focused on the E75. So we start banging these APCR rounds through the T-30's turret. Don't have a choice at this point, it's all I've got left. And it's for a Bradley Walters anyway, so happy days. Boom, T-30 down, Bradley Walters. 21 pen tickets. Admittedly there was a fire on that T-32, so there's a few extra tickets from that. So we're not doing too bad. Oh, there he is. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Guess where he might be, but there's a building in the way. And I think we've got Ferdinand capping out, so I'm just trying to get into a position where maybe if he gets spotted, I might maybe able to get one more round away. And as you see now, I've got 6 rounds left, and it's not been a particularly long game either. Right, there we go, we capped to 100%. Don't find the light tank in time, so no 9th kill. Shame that last one didn't fly true and find the light tank. Would have been nice. Anyway, so there we go. Not much silver because I had to fire some prem. Decent amount of experience. 8 kills, 5,778 damage. High caliber, Mars 3 ace tanker, Bradley Walters, and a Top Gun. Happy days. And that was my first ace tanker in the Conway. It's one of those tanks, fellas, where some games, yeah, you just go beast mode and kill loads of stuff, and there are some games you're going to get swamped by a couple of tier 9 mediums, and although you might take one of them down, in the end they're just going to DPM your very small hit point pool, only 1500 for a tier 9 vehicle. Yeah, so it's probably best to sit back for the first half, do some sniping, and then hopefully if the game goes your way, go in and pick up some kills at the end. Anyway, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. The music's starting, so it's time for me to go, and I'll catch you tomorrow, where I get another ace in a tier 10 TD after playing like a giant potato. So look forward to that one. Right, cheers, guys. Give it a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.